Okay, everyone. Hello, hello, and welcome to our fourth mini mindful moment. Our topic today is how to create a wealth of time. And I have some slides I want to share with you again as part of an introduction to this topic that we're going to be experiencing in a mindfulness way. It's a very different way of getting information when you experience it through mindfulness. So let me go ahead and share these slides. Okay, here we are. The topic, how to create a wealth of time, which is so interesting, such an interesting topic for those of us who are so busy and feel like we don't have enough time. I don't know that I know of anybody who doesn't have this feeling at some point or another. I am Karen. I am a leadership coach who loves leading mindfulness practices. You can actually join me via Zoom for a debrief and Q&A at the end of the mindfulness practice. And a link to that is in the LinkedIn live stream event description. So all of our mini mindful moments that I'm guiding here are based on a tool that I've created called the IMX Compass, which is based on, the compass is based on the rhythms of the seasons and the days, which we all can relate to. So it kind of gives us this common ground from which we can look at and discern what's going on for us personally and collectively. And I've provided an experience of the compass in our first practice. So if you missed that one, make sure you go back and experience that when you get a chance. The link to that is also in the description. So the north of the compass is where we learn from the season of winter. And the specific aspect of winter that we're going to be focusing on today is expanding our sense of time. So I call this sense of having never enough time, not enough time-itis, because it is a little bit like a disease that we have. It can feel like an inevitable curse, actually, to a lot of people, especially for busy leaders like you, like that are going to be attracted to this what I'm offering. But not enough itis is really just a symptom of how we live our lives. It's not the root cause of anything or inevitable for that matter. I'm going to say that again. This not enough itis is not a root cause, and it's not inevitable. So we can see this starting in the north of the compass. It can help us get out of this trap of not enough itis, which creates more time for being strategic, more time for prioritizing and influencing and innovating, all of which are super critical abilities for transformational leaders and leaders of all kinds. So my grandmother used to say, she's the one on the right in the picture. The person in the middle is me with my oldest son, Alex, when I was a lot younger, and my mom's on the left. But it was my grandmother, the one on the right. She was amazing. She used to say, I remember her saying this, the hurrier I go, the behinder I get. And, I had no idea how much wisdom was in those words when she said them. I didn't realize until I got older, that's how it is. It's when you slow down that you can discover that you actually do have enough. So the cold, or I think of it as like the cold outside and inside it's the coziness. If you imagine being in a cozy place in winter, the dark of night, that invitation to slow down and rest and be replenished by the soil of the earth, if you're a plant, by sleep, by maybe some hearty, yummy food. It's when we pause in our doing and allow time for being that we can actually create a wealth of time and a wealth or an abundance of so much more. So, our experience of not enough is a reflection of our individual and collective thinking. That's not enough. It comes from our thinking, whether that's time or energy or resources. And I know that this is hard to hear because the reality of not enough time-itis feels so real out there. So, for example, we've all been here, right? Where you look at your massive to-do list and every little thing actually feels so big because it feels like it's all super high priority, equally so. And you feel the pressure of that. Yeah. Um, so this massive to-do list, every little thing feels big, right? But if you think, you might think to yourself, well, you know, uh, I'll feel better once I start getting things done on the list, right? Like, I'm curious how many of you are actually thinking this. If I just get enough done, I'll feel better. But it turns out that's only like temporary relief, getting that one thing done. And you start checking those few things off your list because you're still faced with all of those things that still aren't done. And so you end up feeling perpetually stuck and heavy and behind because feeling like you can never do enough to get ahead, that feeling sucks the joy out of what you're doing in the present moment. I'm just going to say that again. Feeling like you can never do enough sucks the joy out of what you're doing in the present moment. The truth is, this is a real truth. It's only when our interior conditions shift that we can create much better external experiences. So it is possible to cultivate our interior conditions in a way that allows us to not just feel, but experience that there is more time, more energy, more resources. It doesn't just apply to time. So this practice is going to be a reminder that you are enough and that you can have enough. In other words, you can have a wealth of time. So I'm going to go into the practice now. And I want you to settle in to doing the mindfulness practice. Get comfortable letting the information that I just shared sink in, knowing that what we're going to do right now together is a wise investment of time and energy. And I want you to feel free to move if you want to stand up, if you want to lie down, whatever you want to do. And if you're in a place where you can, go ahead and close your eyes. And I want you to just, as you're here present with yourself, notice what you're thinking about and how probably it's about those things that you're not getting to because you're here. Maybe you should be doing. And in this moment, what I want you to know is that all of that can wait. This is time for you. So I want you to notice your breath now in this moment. Just that natural exchange in and out between what's very personal inside of you and what's outside of you, the atmosphere, and so much more. Notice how your body feels alive as you breathe, your breath bringing aliveness throughout your body. As you notice this aliveness, notice the energy. That's you, your life force energy. It's just precious and personal to you. Go ahead and let that energy drop down through your body and down into the ground so that you feel connected to the earth, where you can relax and know that you are an inextricable part of this planet. And know that all of you is welcome here. The good, the bad, the ugly, it's all welcome here. And here and now in this moment, you are what's important. You being here matters. Just the fact that you exist, not what you can do for others, which can feel so transactional and impersonal. But you being, existing matters. Let yourself just receive and take in those words. You being you matters. So we slow down in these mindfulness practices so that your nervous system can shift from this kind of frenetic doing that we can get into to a more calm place. So if you're feeling twitchy now in any way, like this is feeling weird and I just know that your nervous system is shifting and calming. It feels twitchy before it feels better. And it means that energy is moving in your body, probably in some different ways. This is what we want. We want the energy moving and flowing within your body more freely. So in this moment, let yourself relax even more deeply and let the twitch. And feel your energy connecting with the earth. Remember, we're connecting and grounding. You don't have to know how this happens. It just does. And know that in this moment, you are safe. You are connected to your environment, not just the earth, but the air, as we felt, and also the living things around you, to life. Why don't you go ahead and bring to mind in this moment one of your favorite living things that is meaningful to you, that you feel connected with. Now, as you're noticing your breathing, let your breath take you to your center. What you might feel as your center. There's so many ways to feel this. It could be like a beam of light, maybe along your spine. Sometimes people feel it that way, like lit along your midline. You might experience your center like a ball of energy in your belly. Some people feel it that way. You could feel your center as your presence, your awareness that we're cultivating in these practices. Whatever works for you, let yourself find and feel your center. And let yourself again relax even more and open to yourself. Just notice what's going on in here a little deeper. With mindfulness, we're cultivating a healthy, deeper relationship with yourself, your centered self, and all the various parts and weather that are going on in there. So we're relaxing and opening so that you can receive new energy, like that natural and easy exchange of breath with the air around you. The same thing's happening with your life force energy. So when you ground and relax, center in yourself, and open to receive fresh energy, you can feel and experience how there is more than enough. As this energy is just, you realize it's pouring through. It can be like that. You might feel it very in a small way, however you're feeling it. So there's always more energy. There are always more ideas. There's always more creativity. There's always more aliveness. Precious, precious life. Sacred life. Let's see if you can feel the joy of being alive in this moment. Just a hint, or maybe a lot. Maybe not at all. Whatever you're experiencing is fine. So in this flow, it can be easier to open your mind, to have an open mind, receptive to new ideas and information. Through this flow, you can open your heart. We spend so much time being defended. See if in this moment you can feel your heart open. And drop a little deeper as this energy keeps moving through you. See if you can sense a sense of your will being open, like I'm willing to maybe look and see in a different way. Just as you can. These are just little seeds of possibility here. And what we're opening to is the abundance of energy and life that you are already a part of. Just feel the flow of this. Let yourself soak, so to speak, like all the cells of your body soaking in this energy and this feeling of enoughness. This is true, abundant wealth of life, of which you are already naturally a part again. I am, you are, all of us are. We can't not belong to this. Let yourself soak in enoughness and abundant life. And let's go ahead and explore some thoughts now as you're in this place. When we talk about being busy, do you feel like you have a choice about how busy you are? Just notice, I have a choice. Do I not have a choice? It just so when you think the thought, I'm so busy or I have so much to do, what happens? You can say it right now to yourself. I'm so busy. Oh my God. So notice your breath and your body as you think, I'm so busy. I'm so freaking busy. Oh my God, I'm so busy. Can you feel the contraction that happens? Like for me, my breath just almost immediately gets short. Like I feel like I have to catch my breath. And notice what happens for you. And let's don't stay there for too long. Let yourself come back to grounding, connecting to the earth, relaxing, relax, relax, center, opening, receiving fresh new energy, feeling yourself in the natural exchange and flow of life as you can. This may be really new for some of you, but just let yourself feel what you can as you can. And from the deepest center of you, deep and through the entirety of you. So that inner depth and all the cells and all the parts you are connected to. You are naturally a part of abundant energy and abundant time. Time in this moment is a part of this energy that you're feeling. Time in this moment is expansive, just like the energy. Time can actually feel infinite, like there's more. There's always more, which you can feel in this moment. In this moment, I have more than enough time. So let yourself go ahead and think about what you have on your to-do list for today. And let yourself imagine as you just start to look at these things you got going on, imagining being really clear about moving through the tasks that you have. So you're bringing this abundant energy with you, this feeling of enough, this feeling of an expanded sense of time, a wealth of time. Not everything on that list is equally important. What is actually truly important? And know that you have a wealth of time to get done what is actually important. So go ahead now and come out of the session. Open your eyes if they've been closed. And what I want to do is end with an invitation, which I like to do. So as you go through your day, when you feel like you're tensing up, you feel like you're pushing that contraction that we pointed out. When you do, see if you can just bring some space, some relaxation, and this feeling of enoughness into that moment. So connect with enoughness in that present moment. And remember that this is deeply who you are. And also practice feeling joy in the moment, not later, now, now. Joy in the moment is the antidote to not enough-itis. Okay, loves. Thank you so much for being here with me today, for sharing in this. I really appreciate. I'm checking out the LinkedIn Live over here. It's delayed by several seconds, so I can see kind of where I'm at. There we go with the thank yous. I'm just so grateful for anyone and everyone doing this most important work of experiencing who you really are, the abundance of who you are, and a wealth of time that could allow us to all be a whole lot more loving and compassionate with each other. Okay, take care. Bye bye.